Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Ashley, and in this video I wanted to share what is in our morning basket. We actually just started this week, so it's our very first morning basket. I am teaching my 5-year-old. He is in preschool right now, and we've been doing school for about 6 months or so, and I thought we would try a morning basket, and so far we both are really loving it. My son is even asking to do it in the morning, which is really encouraging and really fun. Because he's only 5, there's not a whole lot in here, but I thought it would be fun to share because I got some really good ideas from some other YouTubers, and I thought maybe this might be encouraging to someone. So before I get into what is actually in here, I wanted to talk a little bit about when we've been doing a morning basket. So I thought it might be best to try to do it while they were already sitting at the table. I say they because I've been doing it so far with my 5-year-old, but I also have a 2.5-year-old who I try to encourage to stay. He doesn't always stay for the whole time, of course, because he's only 2.5 and he loses his attention very quickly. But that is why I am doing it right after breakfast, or even while they're still eating breakfast, to try to keep my 2-year-old engaged for at least a little bit. And that has been working really well for us so far. So let's get into what is actually in here. The first thing that I started with is this 101 favorite stories from the Bible book. We got this because we actually bought the the K Sunlight, which is the preschool Sunlight package, which we actually aren't doing this coming year. I'm going to have a whole nother video on Sunlight and what we are planning to do for that, having a 2 and a 5-year-old. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss that video. But we start with this, and it is very short, which is good for the 2-year-old. It's just one page, and then it has a few questions for them to answer, and my 5-year-old is really liking this, so that's been really fun. We actually went into depth into who Satan was today, and we had a really good discussion from it. So if you have about a 5-year-old, I highly encourage this. So what I plan to do is just always have one Bible resource in here. I think after we finish this, I have this already in here, but we don't do it right now. The 1-year devotions for preschoolers. This is even shorter than the other one. It's just one little paragraph. So I think we're just going to cycle through different Bible resources and try to just keep one in here so that I don't try to do too many at once and I don't lose their attention. So that's really fun, I think. I just threw these in here too. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them yet, but they're little poems. This one's called God, I've Got to Talk to You, for different times when they're happy, when they're lonely. I might add that in tomorrow because it's so short that I think they will still be able to pay attention. And then I have this one, the Lullaby Bible, which says bedtime stories and songs, but it also is short little poems. So maybe once we go through one of them, I'll replace it with the other. So then the next thing we move on to is our read aloud. Currently we're reading The Wild Robot, and my son is loving it. I'm actually really enjoying it too. It's super cute. So it isn't the only time that I intend to read this story or our read aloud, but I think on busy days it probably will be the only time. So at least even if we get in only 10 to 15 minutes a day, it would be better than nothing. So I'm planning on, once we make it through this, there is the next book is called The Robot Escapes, so we're going to get that one, and then I intend to just always have a friendly little chapter book that I'm going through with my son, so we'll always have that next. And then, oh, actually I forgot, before we read the chapter book, I tried to cater also to my 2-year-old, and I allow him to pick one book if he wants to, and today he picked All-Star Pups, a Paw Patrol little golden book, and then we get into the chapter book so that he feels included as well, and we're doing something that tailors to him too. After the read aloud, I also like to pull out our page from our curriculum in the air we are currently doing by Gather Round. It is the preschool curriculum, and it starts off with learning about usually an animal, but sometimes, like yesterday, we learned about an airplane. So I like to get that in too because it's reading and we're already sitting here and it's the most important part of the lesson in my opinion. So we do that, and then there is a little Bible lesson at the bottom that we try to get to as well. I've found that this is a really good time to do this because we're already sitting here, and then we usually take a break after we finish this part, and then we'll do our worksheets from the curriculum later if he needs a break, or if he wants to continue, we'll continue. But generally we've been taking a break after doing this part, and then we just have the worksheets to do later, which is really quick. And then the rest of the stuff in here, we don't do every day, but I have our hundreds chart and the numbers that go on the hundreds chart, something that he can play with if he wants to. I'll link this below because this is really awesome for number recognition. I also have this from a KiwiCo crate that we got, I think, years ago, but we haven't gotten to it. So I figured this could be a fun little art craft he can do while he reads on a day that we have a bit more time. And then I also have his handwriting book. So it's something also he can do if he wants to while he's listening. He hasn't actually done it while he's listening yet, but he sometimes will do it after we finish the read aloud. And then I have our flashcards, which came with our In the Jungle and In the Air curriculum. We have the uppercase, lowercase, and numbers that I figure on some days we'll do after the read aloud for some extra practice. So that is actually all that is in there. It's not too much, like I said, but I think it's the perfect little start to our morning basket time. And it will obviously be changing over the years and over the seasons. And but for now, it's really exciting and we've had a lot of fun with it. I would love to hear from you if you guys do morning basket and what resources you use, because I will definitely be looking for some new stories and some new Bible resources. So I'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next one.